Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another to core or not to core video. We are doing Absolute AForce team, one of the newest war teams that are released in Marvel Strike Force. The short answer to the core questions for the newest members that we are going to analyze in this video is no, absolutely not. Do not core any of these characters. They are just junk. They are not worth your cores. They don't do anything crazy outside war. At best, they will be a Crucible defense team, or if you're using them on Crucible offense, they might, I mean, it's not 100%, they might counter some of these older Crucible defense teams such as Extreme X-Men team or Spider Society. I don't even know if they can, but Spider Society, as I haven't tried them, but we're going to analyze them. If you are into war, if you are into building up this new team, if you just like the characters individually, you like to build them up, I'll make my suggestions. Personally, I have not cored any of the members, just unlocked Kahhori out of luck from her basic orbs or normal orbs. But let's get started with Kahhori, shall we? Okay, Kahhori is, in short, the linchpin of the team, meaning that if you are not coring Kahhori, don't even bother with the other two. The other two are just worthless and they don't do anything on their own. Kahhori is basic member who brings the team together, and she should be on your first to-do list if you are to core them. She has a lot of great abilities, not usable as much in arena, but you could say in Dark Dimension especially, and if you're building for Dark Dimension 7 or 8, if you are building for Crucible defense or offense, her expose mechanic is the only thing that shines in her kit. As you guys know, we have Nightcrawler, we have Thanos, we have Super Skrull, most importantly. These guys do synergize very well with the expose, so you can place her with the Annihilator, Super Skrull combo, and other members that take advantage of expose. And this expose is the only mechanic that does not get old over time. Having said that, if you are building up for war, you must know they are going to be an insane team in war. They're going to counter all the war teams, including Old Man Logan, Out of Time, basically all the war teams except Mephisto. They're not going to counter Mephisto, but they're going to be great. If you're considering them for war, if you're placing them on war defense, they can only be countered with their own mirror match. But let's jump into it. So on spawn, she gets 2 turns back to back, and I tried this in Crucible, and I mean, I know it says on spawn after all other character on spawn effects, but Cabal did not prevent this speed bar fail, even though Iron Patriot goes ahead and put the vulnerable on her. She still got her 2 turns back to back, which was weird to me. This is not supposed to be how it works, but it does. I mean, it's okay. Then she applies exposed passively with damage, and she cannot gain slow. She cannot get reduced speed, but I mean the enemy Absolute AForce team will have bunch of damage reduction, which does not apply to her. Basically, she only gets the damage reduction with offense down. The rest of her abilities is in war, lower assist chance, countering Old Man Logan teams, lowering revive chance, again Old Man Logan team, preventing taunt and stealth, basically again with Out of Time, and you have your Old Man Logan. It's just war stuff. It's basic standard stuff. Then I think after she gets her 2 turns, you're gonna open with her special, attack all enemies clear barrier with 30% drain, then applies 2 rounds of offense sound, heal block, bleed to all enemies along with trauma. This is a crazy ability she gets off the bat. As of right now, we don't have any character that can prevent this first 2 turns. So she will get her 2 turns, then she will go right after with another turn and applies another expose to all support enemies. So this is basically, you get 2 expose off the bat. If you're using her in Dark Dimensions, it's going to be great, coupling with Thanos and Super Scroll. Then heals up the team, redistributes, that's fine. Then she does her ultimate right after. The ultimate also applies a bunch of negative effects with trauma. I think she does trauma on both her abilities, yeah. Okay, so this one applies trauma to any enemy that doesn't have any positive effects. So otherwise it's going to be just the buff flipping. On her ultimate, she's going to apply that trauma as well. Now she's gonna also feel the speed bar again, which gives her to go right after with the basic. The basic is also pretty good. If target does not have any positive effects, she applies another expose. So it's going to be exposed galore with her, and she overall just has great stats, does a lot of damage. Striker will be the way to go on her because of this 5% health steal. So definitely she gets the pass to core. I mean, she is the one to be cored on the team, even if you're not coring the rest of the members. She performs better overall as a full team, but great character, has usage outside of her team as well. The only character that brings the team together. She's gonna be the main kill target as well. Let's move on to the next character, shall we? Miss Marvel. She's the support character that taunts, and her job is mainly heal as well as just removing negative effects. She does it passively. She heals up basically every time she basics as well. Her passive, whenever she has charge, and Kahhori gives her the charges on one of her abilities. I think it's her ultimate, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think maybe it's her basic. Apply charge to up to a maximum of 3 to our chargeable. So she will spawn with 3 charges basically, because Kahhori will open with 2 basics, and every time she basics, she's gonna apply that charge to Miss Marvel. So she's gonna be spawning with 3 charges, and basically for 3 turns she's going to have the taunt. She's gonna clear 3 negative effects, apply a bunch of buffs to the AForce allies, and in war they can get up to a maximum of 5 charges. This 5 charge allows her to protect the lowest health characters, applying immunity, safeguard, deathproof, and evade, along with the damage reduction. Damage reduction doesn't matter as much because Kahhori has the prevention for that, and typically people will go in with mirror matching if you have them on defense. But she's okay. I mean, she I would say she has a bunch of great healing abilities. Doesn't do that much damage. I mean, you could make the case for her to be a healer. I would go healer or fortifier, I guess, but you could also make the case for the striker, because every time she hits someone, she will have that healing for self and all AForce ally, as well as the defense up. But I think overall healer would be a better choice, but since we have Kahhori as the better striker, we don't want to use up all the vulnerables. I think she does get the core, actually, because I mean, if you're not coring Kahhori, she does not get the approval for coring. But overall, I think she's the second most important member on this team because of her stats and her taunting abilities and her cleansing and healing abilities. Overall, she doesn't get usage, I don't think, without Kahhori or without her team. It's just that her stats, I think, helps her to be one of the important members. But I don't know. I mean, I faced the full AForce, Absolute AForce team on Crucible defense in room 1, and I just went in with full hive mind and I beat them. My hive mind is like 3 million power. I have 3 members, I think, at G19, and hive mind, they just go faster, and even though Kahhori got her first, and hive mind just destroyed them. So I don't know like how strong of a Crucible defense, but if they go on Crucible defense, she's going to be there on the team because of her taunting abilities and healing abilities. But overall, I don't know. I wouldn't core them if you're not planning to build this as a full war team. I think just Kahhori is enough. Medusa, speaking of the third member, she's just absolutely worthless piece of garbage. She does not have anything to contribute to the team. She's her job is just damage. Basically, she's going to be critting. She's a raider, I guess. The only thing that stands out in her kit is, as you guys can see, her outside war passive is just one line: preventing, deathproof, and evade. And what teams spawn with evade that we can use this against? Extreme, I guess. That's the only. I don't know. I don't think you'll even need her if you're beating extreme X-Men with these guys. It's just on spawn, and it doesn't even matter. I don't know how much this matters, but I guess maybe down the road in the future, if we have a crazy team with evade, this could get used. But don't core her because we don't have anything for this to be used on right now. So this is just a piece of shit. This kit doesn't do shit. In short, do not core her. She does piercing damage with crit. Okay, gets more damage per positive effect. You can, I guess, pair her up. This is a cute call out to Black Bolt, but I don't think she's gonna be used alongside Black Bolt just because of this extra crit. Characters cannot be revived. So similar to what Black Bolt has, her kills cannot get revived. I mean, except with the basic. I guess basic can be revived, but this is just to counter, I guess, the Old Man Logan team in a war. But I don't know. This is such a garbage character. I wouldn't even bother. I would have appreciated it if there was more Inhuman callouts, but there's not. So there's that. She's going to be worthless outside of her team. We will see if this passive gets usage in the future, but as of right now, it's just nothing. She gives extra speed to AForce allies, lowers resistance, and has like a semi Ares call out that prevents the enemies from spawning with charges and safeguard, but I don't know. It's okay, I guess. I mean, you could place Ares for this team and he would do this job even better because Ares has a stun and he has the ability block. So that's I would say build Ares over Medusa if you have Ares. She's just garbage. Do not core her. Even if you're building the team, you can skip her until you unlock her more organically. I think overall this team is just a skip. For me, it's a hard skip. I unlocked Kahhori and I built her up because I could use her in Dark Dimension. I don't see any usage for her outside of that as of right now, but her expose is a mechanic that does not get old. Her 2 turns back to back, also another mechanic that does not get old. For now, she's going to be the striker because of this 5% max health steal, as well as applying blind, flipping. She has great kits overall, but down the road when her stats get older, I think she should become a skirmisher, because we're gonna go to the stats table shortly. Her focus, I'm using in 3 red, 3 yellow, 40 fire, 5, so that we don't get the bloated stats. Kahhori's focus is not great. As you guys can see, she's the second highest focus, not the highest focus on the team. Her damage is the highest damage on the team, followed by Medusa. Focus, Ironheart, surprisingly, is the highest focus. Medusa is just no focus, because Medusa and Miss Marvel, they don't need the focus. Wasp is also garbage focus. And imagine if we mirror match it in war, or if we go with the Immortal X-Men or whatever X-Men team with Jean Grey that is going to be their counter, or was it Hercules? I don't remember now. And they prevent any speed bar fail in war altogether. This team is going to be worthless, absolutely worthless. Look at their speeds, 112, 116. The fastest is Kahhori with 122. Yikes. This team is going to just go rail out of the war teams super fast. As soon as we get the Hercules / Jean Grey team, this is going to be just worthless. But in terms of health, Miss Marvel has ton of health. She would be a great healer, I think. Just healing the allies more than she does passively. Then Kahhori is going to be the second person. I mean, with the highest stats. So Miss Marvel and Kahhori, if you want to build the full team. If you don't want to build the full team, don't core any of them. If you like to at least unlock Kahhori for the exposed, I would just go with Kahhori. But yeah, this was a super short video. I don't intend on building this full team. I think I'm just going to skip them for now. Unless I have extra resources to spare, I want to build up the next 2 teams. Number one will be my one priority will be my Crucible offense team with Jean Grey, and my second priority will be that raid team, which will also include some of the war members. So I will be building that war team. So those 3 teams, I think those should be your top priority as of right now, because this team will just go right out of the meta as soon as that team is released. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to another to core or not to core video. I hope this information is helpful to you guys. I'm making these videos especially for some of those members, free-to-play commanders or free-to-play players that are looking for some free-to-play advice with their cores, and they don't want to spend money on this game. They want to spend, they want to be more mindful of their resources spending. This video is especially for those of you guys. I hope it helps. I hope that you guys like my videos. If you guys like to see more of this content, please feel free to subscribe. We have a lot of gameplay videos as well. And I will be happy to have you again. If not, I hope to see you back. You are not gonna get a notification if you're not subscribing, so I hope you do. If not, just happy to have you and hope to see you on the next one.